his wife Catherine, his 9-year-old son Ethan. This is the time now where they really need people to just wrap their arms around them. And there we see the video now of little Ethan saluting his dad at the casket. Just a very, very touching moment.
So young, only 9 years old, but becoming a man already.
Yes.
Having to deal with this.
And I tell you what, the camaraderie between the police officers, law enforcement in general, you know that they're going to be there. They're going to be a part of his life to make sure those areas of his life where he needs that touch, that his dad is no longer there, they're going to be there to give that touch to him.
So hundreds of father figures right there in the room, there to support him and his mom, his entire family.
Doesn't that just breaks your heart when you see that? But it was a beautiful tribute, and those words from Colonel Mike Edmondson towards the end of the service, when he was talking to Ethan and talking to Catherine and letting them know that Stephen is not gone, and he will be there with them whenever they're having those experiences. You see pictures of Trooper Vincent when he was young, and his son will have those memories to cherish.
And he has tons of other officers, those other troopers that knew Vincent so well, to share those stories with. Hundreds of other men in uniform that are definitely going to be there for little Ethan and be there to share those stories of his father.
And Jillian, you know what? I'm amazed about the camaraderie when it comes to law enforcement. I like that symbolic tribute that they pay at the beginning of the service for visitation, where they say they will never leave their brother alone. Somebody is always there. Sitting with the body and making sure that as he makes his final journey to his final resting place, he is never alone. They're always with him, and I love that symbolic tribute.
That brotherhood means so much to those men and women in uniform, and Colonel Mike Edmondson said it: courtesy, loyalty, service, that's what they do. That is what Trooper Stephen Vincent did, and that's what they'll continue to do, to pay their respect to him.
We saw the law enforcement from all over the country. We got word at least 47 states were represented. I've even heard that all 50 states, as far away as Delaware. Another remarkable thing, I even saw pictures of the Harris County Sheriff's Department from Houston, and that's remarkable when you consider that just last night they lost one of their own. A deputy was shot and killed in Houston, but they still managed to have representatives at Trooper Vincent's funeral today.
It's definitely meaningful to see how much they respect their brothers, some of them strangers to Trooper Vincent, and we've seen that throughout the week. Earlier at a mass held Monday night in Iowa, people were there that didn't know the family, didn't know Trooper Vincent, yet wanted to be there to pray for that family, wanted to be there to support them all.
Let's toss to Teresa. She is along that procession route, and so let's go to her now to see what she's seeing out there. Teresa, can you hear us?
This is Teresa. I've been here on McNeese Street since about 11:30 this morning, which is when people actually started gathering. I have no idea, but it appears to me there must be hundreds, if not thousands, of people here to meet the funeral procession when it passes this way. You know, there's a saying that sorrow shared is lessened, and I think most of the people here are just hoping that their presence here will show support to this family and help everyone understand that everyone in the community shares the sorrow of the Vincent family, and that everyone here wants to support law enforcement. We've been talking to some of the people who are here, and I was going to try to go ahead and hear from a few of them, but once we see the procession and hear the sirens, we do want you to see what we're seeing as far as that procession goes. So if we can just step over here for a minute, some of the people who are out here, tell me what your thoughts are about this and why you came out here today.
I came out here to support our fallen trooper, Stephen Vincent, and his family. I am very glad to be part of such a great community. There is a lot of support out here.
I see. And did you tell me you have a relative who's a police officer?
I do. So it really hits close to home, but I think even if that wasn't the case, it would still be close to the heart.
I see. Okay. And another person here, why did you come out today?
I came out today to celebrate the life of the fallen trooper, Stephen Vincent.
And what are you hoping your presence here today may communicate to the family as well as perhaps some of the many police officers who are going to be in this procession?
That we support them and we appreciate what they do on a day-to-day basis. They put their life on the line, and in your time of need, they're brave enough to come out and help you.
I see. Okay. And besides, there are all kinds of different people out here. We found this young man who is carrying the American flag and has this wonderful T-shirt on. It says Sulphur, home of the Golden Tornadoes, and they have special T-shirts dedicated to Stephen Vincent. Tell me why you came out here today and what your thoughts are about this.
Well, I came out here to witness the procession of a fallen hero, and I think it's an honorable and respectful thing to do, since he was such a generous man, and he wasn't only a state trooper, he was also an Army veteran, so it's good to salute him in this form of way.
And what do you think, what do you hope the family and perhaps the other police officers will think about your presence here?
I think they'll be glad that I came out here to honor his service and honor how great he is or was.
Okay. Well, and a number of the people out here have made signs like this little girl here. I just want to get a quick shot of her sign. It says, "Police Lives Matter, Trooper Vincent." And I think that that's really, really important to the police officers here. They need to know that they have our support. Another person here along the parade route who I've known for many years is Gene Steech, who used to be in law enforcement, but as I understand, he's retired. Gene, why are you here and what are your thoughts about this?
Yes, I'm here to support Trooper Vincent and his family. Like you said, Teresa, I was in law enforcement for 34 years, retired a year and a half ago. And I'm here to show my love and support to him and his family, because things like this unfortunately do happen, and he's a hero to all of us.
He is. Okay. And so we're going to be getting set up here shortly, because when the procession rolls by, we want our viewers to be able to see exactly what we're seeing here on McNeese Street. Back to you.
Boy, the beauty of all those flashing blue lights that we just saw. We just wanted to pause and take a moment of silence as you saw all those cars making their way. Trooper Stephen James Vincent, look at what you meant to the folks of Southwest Louisiana. And that is just the procession ahead of the casket. The procession with Trooper Vincent's body, it itself is still waiting to leave Our Lady Queen of Heaven, and we're getting a live picture there from Our Lady Queen of Heaven right now. But just awe-inspiring to see all those flashing lights along McNeese Street.
And again, what we were seeing was just those officers from Louisiana, from the area, but people from all over the country have come to celebrate the life of Stephen Vincent. It was said during the funeral, it was mentioned that he wanted to travel all 50 states, but instead the 50 states have come to him to celebrate his life and honor his life, his memory. Something that Teresa mentioned was courage out there, that these people lining the streets, it's not just for Trooper Vincent's family, it's not just for him, it's also for the other men and women that are still in uniform and still have to wake up and do their jobs every day. And it's that little bit of encouragement for them to keep on doing their jobs.
Just a nudge along the way. This truly is a procession fit for a hero. Just captivating seeing all those flashing blue lights. And Stephen Vincent, you're looking from above, and you got to know what you meant to people here.
He's seeing those blue lights,
yes,
for sure.
Yes.
He definitely meant a lot. Last night, I spoke to David Young. He's executive director of the State Troopers Association here in Louisiana, and he said something that struck a chord was they put their lives on the line every day, but that's not what they're thinking about. Of course, that's what their families back at home are thinking about, constantly worried about them and making sure they're safe.
Every day.
But that's not what they're thinking about. They're constantly thinking about keeping other people safe.
Their focus is on us.
It's on us.
They want to make sure that we're protected.
It's something that they're not expecting. They know it could happen, but that they're, again, so selfless that they're not focusing on themselves whatsoever, their own safety. They're worried. They're worried about us. They're worried about everyone else out there.
And let this, just put this in your heart the next time you encounter a police officer, whether it be a state trooper, sheriff's deputy, city police. They stop you. You maybe did a little no-no. You might have been speeding or not wearing your seat belt. Mm-hmm. And, some people, they get a little agitated if they see the police stopping them. But with situations like this, what has happened to our beloved Stephen Vincent, let that be a reminder to you. When a police officer stops you, they don't know what they're about to encounter. They don't know what they're coming up against. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why they give you the directives and the mandates and the different orders and the commands. And when they ask you to step out of your vehicle, be understanding and know that there's a reason why that officer has to go through that line of directions and commands to you. There's a reason for that. They don't know what they're about to encounter. So the next time you're stopped, think about that and cooperate with that police officer.
Everything they do, every little thing they do out there, whether it's a traffic stop or wherever they may be, it's for your protection, it's for their own protection. You have to keep that in mind, and keep in mind that they are more than just a badge. Mm-hmm. You can see it here. He's got such a loving family, an outpouring of support, obviously a ton of love, a ton of friends out there. He's more than just a badge out there. He's a person.
Yeah. Well, the final leg of the procession, as we said, we're still waiting for the Trooper Vincent's body to actually leave from Our Lady Queen of Heaven. What you're seeing now is the procession of the police units and police cars. And as Jillian just said, these are just the police officers and law enforcement from Louisiana. There is law enforcement represented from at least 47 states. But the procession is going to go all the way down McNeese Street. It's going to turn on to 397. Then it's going to head on to Old Highway 90, and then finally the final leg of that journey will be to the Lacassine Cemetery. And we've got people stationed all along the route. I think we have Liz Coe Liz Coe is getting ready over at the burial site at the Lacassine Cemetery. We're going to be checking in with her. We also want to mention just a little note for those parishioners who attend the Catholic Church across the street from the cemetery. Their mass has been postponed until I think
5:30.
5:30, and this, of course, is because of the mass attendance at the burial site. So their mass has been postponed and delayed to take into account this. But